Cody! Go! All right, good morning and welcome back to a fall day here on the coast of Maine. Fall is in the air. We got a chilly breeze this morning, about 40 degrees, blowing about 25 out of the west. It feels like it's about 25 degrees, but the wind is supposed to drop out. We got a nice little weather window here today, in between a lot of wind. We're just coming off of about 3 days of screaming wind. Yesterday it blew about 40. After tonight, it's supposed to pick back up and blow again for 2 or 3 days. And we're trying to hurry and hustle and get as much as we possibly can done in this little weather window we have. Ideally, we can get all of them hauled. That was kind of the goal when we came into today. We already had a breakdown. We've had some curveballs thrown at us this morning. We had a coolant hose with a little pinhole in it that we didn't see this morning, and it drained all the coolant out of the motor. We heated the motor up a little bit, luckily not too hot to hurt anything, and we got it filled back up with coolant and back going, but we've already lost about a half an hour out of our time. This wind is also slowing us down a bit, so hopefully the wind will drop out. We'll have some good conditions here. We can make some pretty good time. It would be great if we could get all 800 of them hauled today, get bait back on all of them, but we'll see. It's going to be a tough task. 800 is not an easy job to do in one day. Usually we'll haul 400 each day. We're trying to cram 2 days of work into one day. Each one of these traps weighs about 65 pounds empty. By the time you throw in all the crabs that are in them and the lobsters that are in them, are probably looking at more like 80, 85 pounds each trap. Just trying to stand up alone is quite a workout in itself. And pulling all the traps in over the rail is an additional workout. So here's one of the traps. It's about 65 pounds, and then this one, I guess, this one's pretty empty, but a lot of them are pretty full of crabs. A lot of them have at least 20 pounds of crabs alone in them. Around 85 pounds per trap times 800. I think we did the math on it. I think there's like 68,000 pounds of traps coming over the rail today. Cody, how do you feel about that?
That's great.
68,000 pounds?
That's great news, Bob.
It's kind of a daunting number when you think about it. Ford Ranger, I think, is what, 4,000 or 5,000 pounds? Yeah, we're hauling like 12 Ford Rangers over the side of the boat today. The world record deadlift, I think, is about 1,100 pounds. Yeah. Smashing records today. We got to get to work. We're going to hustle, try to make some good time and get ahead of the clock. We got about 12 hours till dark. We can't haul after dark in October in Maine, so we literally got 12 hours to try to haul these 800 traps. Quite a job. We're going to give it our best shot. Let's get them in the boat!
Yeah! Set it! Woo! Let's go, boys!
So as bad as hauling 800 traps sucks for us and how much hard work it is, it's actually a pretty cool thing for you, because when we haul 400, we usually catch some pretty cool stuff. And naturally, by going up to 800 in one day, we should catch twice as many cool things in this video as we do in a typical video. What's in my hood? Nothing? Is there something in my hood?
Careful, it bites.
So there are several different gear configurations along the coast depending on what part of the coast you're on and how deep a water they're fishing and how far from shore they're fishing. When you see buoys up in close to shore, most of them are fishing pairs or singles, which is 1 or 2 traps on each buoy. This buoy marks the traps that are laying on bottom. Each fisherman has their own buoy color. I picked blue for my color, which was the hardest color in the ocean to see. I knew it would be hard to see, but I guess I didn't really give it too much thought. It was the last solid color available to pick. Solid colors are nice because at the time of picking my buoy color, we used to paint them. They were styrofoam buoys. A solid color was much easier to paint than having to put a stripe on them. A lot of buoy colors are actually 2 colors, half on the top, half on the bottom, or a stripe in the middle. And when you add that extra step to painting all the buoys, it adds quite a lot of extra work in the run of a year. So blue was the last solid color in the area that I fished, so I took blue, and I guess the reason it was the last solid color in my area is because everybody else had tried it and they realized it was hard to see on the water. It's actually not as bad, especially once we've gone to these plastic ones. It's a pretty dark blue, so it stands out on a bright day. There's certain conditions that make it hard to see. On the end of the buoy is attached a certain amount of traps. When you're up in close to shore, it's usually 1 or 2, sometimes 3. Most of the time we fish 5 traps to a buoy, so we're fishing what we call 5s. In between the buoy and the traps on bottom, we have 600 feet of rope, so we gotta gaff the buoy, pull up 600 feet of rope before we even get to the trap. So reeling in that 600 feet of rope is a pretty time-consuming process. So we got to pull up 160 end lines today. We got to gaff 160 buoys, pull up 165s. Get them in the boat!
Get them in the boat!
So after we haul up the 600-foot end line, we come to the traps, and they're attached on bottom with a ground line. This is a neutrally buoyant. It doesn't sink, it doesn't float. It's designed to lay on the ocean floor and reduce the amount of rope that floats in the water column. We then pull the traps in one at a time, take the lobsters and the crabs out, take the old bait out, put new bait in, turn around and set it back out. The wind was supposed to have dropped out by now, but it's letting us down. It said 5 o'clock. I'm hoping that's 5 a.m., not 5 p.m. There's a punch tail. She's actually just missing her flipper. which counts as a punch tail. So we've got 100 traps hauled so far. We've got 700 to go. We got about 10 hours to go. Get them in the boat! Come on, Cody!
Get them in the boat! Oh, you get them in the boat, I'm throwing them off the boat.
Okay, get them off the boat! So each gear configuration has its pros and cons. Everybody prefers something for different reasons. I think my favorite are probably triples, 3 traps on an end line. You can still make decent time with 3 traps on each end line. The least amount of traps that you have on each end line, the better they fish, because each trap, if you picture it, kind of has a radius around it of the area that it fishes. Let's say if you have a trap that fishes a 200-foot circle, if you put too many traps in a line, those circles start to overlap each other and they reduce the effectiveness of how well the trap fishes. The farther apart you keep your traps, the better you do pound per trap. I'm not a big fan of the 5s because you have so many traps overlapping. You have a lot of overlapping circles. But in our area, we were forced to go to 5s a couple years ago in an effort to reduce the amount of end lines that are in the water. This one's kind of funny. A big female, she's got some eggs. She's in the process of dropping them. And you can see she's actually regrowing a new claw, a big one. That's a pretty big regrowth, a little Deadpool claw. It's real soft, it's jelly. There's really no shell on it. Each time she sheds, it'll get a little bit bigger. Lobsters can actually regrow every part of their body. This one will take a few more sheds before it reaches a functional size, but it's good for humor for the time being anyway. We'll give her a notch. We've been doing the notches a signature way. We've been starting on the side and coming in at a steep angle, a unique notch, so we can keep track of them and see how many we recapture. We'll give her a snack. Let's get back to work, get them in the boat. All right, we've come to trap 200. We are officially quarter of the way there. It's 9:30, so we've been hauling about 3 hours now, and we're a quarter of the way there. So by that math, if we can hold that time, we will have half of them done at noontime, 3/4 done at 3, and finished at 6, which is pretty much while the sun is setting. Hopefully we'll be finished as we watch the sunset. Be a nice finish to the day. Which brings me to today's game. Today we're gonna do it while we haul. And an easy one for that is like the last video, we're gonna do some trivia. Are you smarter than a 5th grader? We're gonna start out with some easy questions, so we'll start out in 1st grade, then we'll work our way up and see if Cody and Tristan are smarter than 5th graders, and we're gonna put a big prize on today's. Cody's yelling at me saying we don't have time to play games today, but we're gonna make it quick. The prize today is a 3-pack of Bombas socks and $1,000 inside of it in a baggie. So, do we still have time? Do we still have time for it? Or
Probably not.
All right. You don't want that money anyway, do you?
No.
And a little twist. The winner's going to get 700 of it, and the loser's going to get 300. Second place still wins today.
Okay. Pays to be stupid.
We're going to do trivia again. Are you smarter than a 5th grader? We're going to start with easy questions. We're going to work our way up to harder questions. There's going to be no theme. They're going to be random. We're not SpongeBob themed today. I'm going to ask you guys the first question. You guys are going to hold up the answer on your hand. It's just going to be honor system. Don't show each other your answer. So you guys are going to have 20, 30 seconds or so while I educate people about Bombas to come up with your answer. The following rounds throughout the rest of the day are going to be done quite literally while we haul the traps. Question number 1 is how many syllables are in the word rhinoceros? All right, so Bombas is actually the sponsor of today's video. Bombas is an awesome clothing company. They make socks, underwear, and t-shirts, which are the #1 requested items in homeless shelters, and they actually make a donation for every purchase you place. They make a donation to those in need. So it's an awesome company you can really get behind, and you guys get a good discount if you head on over to bombas.com/Jacob and use code Jacob20 at checkout. You can get 20% off. They make great socks, great t-shirts, great underwear. They've donated over 140 million essential items to homeless shelters since they've started. So head on over to Bombas now. With gifting season right around the corner, whether you're gifting for yourself or gifting for others, you can't go wrong with Bombas. Head on over again, use the code Jacob20. All right, you guys, show the camera your answers, don't show each other. We're tied, 1-1, first round, back to work. Get them in the boat! All right, we've got 200 traps hauled, we've got 600 to go. We're gonna do a question every 100 traps. So there's 6 questions remaining for the trivia for the $1,000 prize, or the $700 prize, I should say. Cody's getting mad at me, we gotta get them in the boat!
Get them in the boat!
There's a mama with some fresh eggs, brand new ones. We don't see many of them this time of year. Most of them have dropped their eggs or in the process of it. This one's got brand new ones. She's headed back to make some babies. She's got a brand new signature V-notch. We are 250 traps into the day. It's 10:40. We're starting to fall a little bit behind. We got to pick it up a little. We got to get going. We just actually caught this, which was pretty fitting. We caught it in the last trap. It's a whip. Oh, I broke it. No. Go, Cody! Go!
I'm trying.
I'd give it to him, but he actually would whip me. He's getting pretty touchy with me this morning.
We're
So
only
what do we
falling
got?
behind because of what?
Because of videos. I know.
Okay.
550 to go.
So the crabs are continuing not to let up. There's been popular questions in the comments on why don't we keep them? Why are we just throwing them overboard? So we actually can keep them and they are delicious. There's just not a real big market for them. The price for them is pretty low and it adds a lot of work to the back of the boat. Typically the crabs don't run with the lobsters, so we usually we get paid a higher price for the lobsters. So we usually try to avoid the crabs and go after just the lobsters. But this year the crabs have pretty much taken over, and last year, where the lobsters typically live, the crabs have pushed in really hard. Past 2 years, it's been to the point where we might have to make a change and consider trying to go after these a little bit. It might be worthwhile if we're going to catch them all year long anyway. So if you guys are interested in buying some crabs, I would love to set something up where we can get the crabs directly to you, because they are delicious. They're one of my favorite seafoods, to be honest. Obviously, lobsters are better. Unless you guys want crabs, then crabs are better. No, seriously, they are very good. They're delicious. Mix them up with a little bit of mayo, put them in a toasted roll. They're fantastic. Anyway, this one makes trap 300, which means the next question on Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? Cody, you ready for question number 2?
I think so.
Tristan, you ready?
I'm ready.
Here we go! We're gonna keep getting a little bit harder each question. Question number 2. How many continents are there? All right, I'll give you guys till the time I gaff the next buoy. How are you feeling about this question, Cody?
I think I got it.
All right.
It's been a while since I was in school and thought about these things. I don't know.
You guys can feel free to answer them yourself. Let us know in the comments how many you get right.
Oh, I'm guessing 3.
All right, go ahead and tell the camera your answer. 7? What was Tristan's answer? Oh, man! The answer is 7! Woo! Oh, Cody takes the lead!
How many Cody's that?
7.
Good job, buddy.
All right, 300 down, 500 to go. We are falling behind schedule a little bit. It's 11:20. It's looking like at noontime we'll be at about 350. The games are slowing us down a little bit. Back to work. We got a big male here. I think he's too big. We got our oversized measure. This is 5 inches. If he's over 5 inches, from his eye down to his back, he's too big and we gotta let him go. He's about 5 1/4. These are the ones that breed those big females. The big females are mean. The little one tries to get near her and she'll probably just kill him, but this big old buck, he's the important key to breeding those big females. So we're sending him home. Nice looking lobster. A lot of them this size get in pretty hard shape, but he's a stud. He's headed home to make some love. Make a little love. Get down tonight. Down tonight. We're creeping up on 350. We got this pretty cool one. Not quite as cool as the golden lobster back at home, but pretty cool either way. He's pretty yellow, pretty much all orange with just some black dots. You can see this is a typical looking lobster. This one's pretty bright, pretty cool. It's actually a keeper. There's trap 400 right there. We're running behind schedule. The late start that we had combined with a few curveballs we've had thrown at us is putting us behind schedule. It took us about 6.5 hours to haul the first 400. If it takes us 6.5 hours to haul the next 400, it's gonna put us around 7 o'clock, which I think is pretty much pitch black. And once it gets dark, it's no longer legal to haul this time of year. The reason that we're trying to get all these hauled today is not only just to get what's in them out of them, that's part of the job, but the most important part is to get bait back on them. As you can see in the traps, the bait is completely gone because of the last 2 or 3 windy days that we had. We put about $1,200 worth of bait in these traps about 4 days ago, and the crabs have completely demolished the bait, and now they're sitting on bottom empty with no bait, and we don't make money unless there's bait in these traps. It's now almost 1 o'clock. Since we're already behind on the clock, but we're gonna have a quick bite to eat while we run to the next traps. And also on this ride, we're gonna do our quick trivia question number 3. Let's see if Tristan can come back. What do we got? 2-1. Unfortunately, had to run about 20 minutes to get back to where we needed to be to haul the most convenient way. When the tide turns, we haul in different directions. The tide just turns, so now we have to turn around and haul the other way. Question number 3, we're sticking on this topic of geography. The largest state in the United States by landmass. Cody, you come tell this camera. Tristan, you gotta go tell Jeremy.
Texas.
Cody said Texas.
I don't know if it's considered a state, Alaska.
I actually know this one. And I just so happen to know that Cody was wrong. What?
Did I? I said Alaska.
Oh, light it up!
That, I'll even fully admit that one was full luck because I wasn't sure if it was a state of ours.
Alaska, I'm sorry, I forgot you.
Tied 2-2. All right, get him in the boat.
What's that saying? Everything's bigger in Alaska?
Well, you know how you know that. Oh, everything's bigger in Texas.
Yeah, Tristan's been trying to strike me out all year. Anytime I miss a buoy, he gives me a strike. I did get up to 2 strikes the other day. I was a little nervous that day, but today we're working a double header, and I would like to say that I played a perfect game on game 1. Going into game 2 here, feeling strong. I almost missed that one. That was almost a strike. I had to swing a couple times at the same pitch, but I got it.
Oh, the big old
Yeah, swing and a miss.
swing in there. Miss.
All right, we are at trap 450, and we're still continuing to fall behind. We actually made decent time on the last string. We got to continue making time like that, and we might still stand a chance at getting them all before dark. We got about 4.5, 5 hours of daylight left. The sun is starting to sink. It starts to get dark early this time of year here. A sign that winter is approaching. 450 traps at about 85 pounds each. So what is that? Like 40,000 pounds. So we're at like 8 or 9 Ford freaking Rangers. We still got 4 Rangers to go.
I guess there was just one.
Pulled the dog boat out, didn't it?
Started right off. Brand new rope.
$100. Oh, actually more than that now. $200 gone.
Well, unfortunately, we parted the back trap off of that one. They're about $200 a trap, which sucks, and we lost the tag that was in it. That's going to be a tough one to grapple back because it's got no rope on it. You'd have to hit right on it with grapples, which is unlikely. We probably won't even try. That one is going down. It's got an escape vent in it. These escape vents are held in with biodegradable hog rings. The biodegradable hog rings will rust away, the door will open, and everything in it will climb out, and it'll just be habitat. Lobsters will make it a home. All kinds of sea life will make it a home.
That, my friends, is a down ball to haul and fast.
That's you haul it fast, you find your weak rope. That does suck. We are almost at 500. That one, of course, it cost us about $200 today, but if you add up all of the catch that it would have caught the rest of the year, it costs us a lot more than that. We'll have to replace it. We'll get another trap next time we come out and tie it back in place of it. One unfortunate part to hauling fast. You put your rope to the test. Any weak spots in the rope, whether it's laying on a ledge on bottom or what, but chafed up for some reason. Trying to hurry and beat the clock. We got about 4 hours left till sunset, and we're giving it a good final rally. We're going as fast as we can for the final sprint. I don't know if we'll get the 800. Whoa, that was almost a strike. I gotta pay attention. We gotta get him in the boat. 501! All right, so the question is, are you ready?
Yes. I think.
You got the option to get 2 points here if you get them both right. There's 2 correct answers. There are 2 body parts on your body that never stop growing. What are they?
I don't know, because I can think of a couple different things, honestly.
Cody, how you feeling? I think I got it.
I'm 50-50.
Think you'll get one of them right?
I don't know, maybe.
Cody, you go ahead and so you just tell me. So that way we.
I'm gonna say nose and ears. Yeah, I was gonna think.
Man, I don't know. Cody just gave me his. And I feel like there might be 3 correct answers, 4 correct answers to this question.
I was thinking of a couple different things.
I don't know. Cody's answers were not on the list of correct answers, but I feel like I don't know.
Wait, I said nose and ears.
All right, Cody said hair and fingernails.
That's what I was gonna say, but I didn't know if it counted.
I don't think those are actual body parts.
Yeah.
They are, they're on your body.
That I know. That's what I was thinking
Body
too.
part. If you lose a fingernail, you talk about, oh my gosh, the fingernail got cut off. Come on.
That's kind of what I.
According to Google, nose and ears were the only correct answers. According to Google.
I am clearly smarter than Google.
I got the Google answer right.
You got it right. You got both right.
I was gonna say hairs and fingernails, but I was thinking the same thing Jeremy was thinking. They'd say, "Oh, that doesn't count as a body part."
Let us know in the comments. We'll see. I don't know.
Jake, what do you think?
I think we gotta go by what Google says. We got the answers written down literally in the book.
Oh, as if Google knows everything.
I don't know. Google it.
I feel like I get ripped off, guys. Help me out.
Because you can lose your hair. I can say at least give him 1, but you can lose your hair.
Also, keep track of what you got for a score as well. We want to hear it in the comments. You got 3. Tristan's got 4. So it's 4-3 right now. Let's see if anybody gets a higher score. You guys can show off what your high scores are in the comments.
No cheating in the comments.
Yeah, no cheating either.
There's a little horn dog, some kind of sculpin. I don't actually. Everybody always tells me their real name in the comments every time I say horn dog, but I can never remember their actual scientific name. Longhorn sculpin, something like that. These are a pretty crazy looking fish. You can see they got big spikes on the top, and they hurt. You try to grab them and they'll turn their heads around and stab you with them, and they throb for hours. These are also not usually a good sign in the fall. These things usually come along behind the lobsters. So if there's a big migrating mass of lobsters, these things usually follow them. We usually hope to not see these till later in the fall. This is an indicator that the lobstering season is winding down. We've really got about 3 weeks left to make our money for the year, and then the winter gets pretty slow. And going by what we're catching today and all the crabs in the traps and seeing these guys showing up, it looks like it might be about over before it started. Anyway, we are at almost 600. Woo! Get them in the boat!
I got one with barnacles. We haven't been seeing too many with barnacles. You can see she's already had a couple fall off of her, but she's got one that's not quite letting go yet. Get that cleaned off for her. She's a female and she used to have eggs. She just finished up dropping them. You can see all the hairs on her swimmerette. That's what the eggs used to be attached to. And she has an old V-notch. She shed some of it out. We're gonna freshen it up. And of course, herring. Got one. Beat you to it, Cody.
I'd say so.
There she goes. Thought I was doing good.
We've also got a cute little Jonah crab, tiny one. Must be barely born. It's interesting, lobsters live upwards of 100 years old, but Jonah crabs only live 5 or 6 years tops, which is pretty unbelievable to see how many of them are on the ocean floor when they only live 5 or 6 years. It's pretty crazy. We made it to 600. 3/4 of the way there, which puts us at what? Like 50,000 pounds of lobster traps. Little silver, hey, big old whiskers under his chin. They get quite a lot bigger than that. They're actually a delicious fish.
You want to say hi? Yeah. You want to have a look? Hi. Get warm.
All right, get a robe, get a robe.
Okay.
All right, Cody, you ready for the next question?
I think so.
Tristan, you ready?
I think so.
We're going back to geography. This is going to be a tricky one again.
I hate geography.
Cody and Tristan are getting put through the ringer today, physically and mentally. The game was supposed to be like a fun thing that keeps us going throughout the day, but it's turned into something that's just an additional wear and tear, not only on your body, but on your mind at the same time. With each trap, it's growing harder and harder, not only physically, but also mentally. So Tristan is in the lead right now, 4-3. This is also a chance to get 2 points. Two-part question. Out of all the oceans in the world, which one is the largest? And the bonus point is which one is the smallest? How you feeling about this one, Cody?
I'm not sure.
I say the Pacific is the biggest.
I don't really know either one of these.
Part 2, I'm just going to say smallest is Atlantic.
All right, Cody, come on, tell the camera what your answer is.
I'm not real confident. Don't really know for sure, but I'm going with the Red Sea and Pacific.
Which one's which? Red Sea's the smallest, the Pacific's the largest?
Yeah.
Tristan, what were your answers?
I said Pacific's the largest, and I said Atlantic's the smallest because I didn't know if
Tristan got them both right?
the sun shines on a dog's ass every once in a while.
Cody got one right. Cody, you got the largest. So does that put Tristan up? So it's 6-4 now?
6-4.
6-4. Tristan's pulling ahead, Cody.
Yeah, good. I don't want the money.
We just caught a crab that is covered in huge barnacles. Look at the size of those things. Now, if these were on a lobster, we'd definitely clean them off. But since they're on a nuisance crab, we're just gonna throw them over and wish him well. No, I'm just joking. We'll get them. We don't discriminate here at the Claw Spa. Let's get these big barnacles cleaned off of him. Oh man, those are hard barnacles. Ow, he's biting me. Ow! Oh, I oughta. Okay. I don't know if he's gonna let me get him. He's a flexible little guy. There goes one of them. Wow, those are some violent barnacles. I'm just trying to help you, my dude. He's trying to bite me so bad. Oh, wow, I can't even get these things. I got the barnacles off, but no snack for him.
My mind's telling me go. My body's telling me no. Here comes trap 650. We're running out of time too. We're trying to hurry through them and get as many of them as done as we can. Ideally, we wanted to get 800, but the late start really killed us. If we could have started at 5 in the morning like we usually do, we could have got all 800 of them today. Sunset is at 5:50, so it usually gets dark around 6:20, but we have some thick cloud cover that's moved in that's probably gonna make it get dark a few minutes early, so it's probably gonna get dark right around 6. So we got about 45 minutes till dark. We've still got a lot of traps left to go. We are losing the battle to the sun. We're coming up on 660. We had to turn the lights on. It's getting a little dusk. 700 is the new goal. So 10 Ford Rangers. 10 or 11 Ford Rangers. 10 minutes to sunset. Go, go, go. Where'd my whip go? 6:23. So we're going to haul right up until 6:23 and we're going home. We're at the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to sunset, which means we got 30 minutes left to haul. And we are at 675. So hopefully we can get a little over 700. We got 30 minutes! Big Mama, full of eggs. Heron, we need a snack. Shut it down. Hold it, hold it, hold it. I know we're in a hurry, but we're not in that much of a hurry. There we go. All right. Shut her down. There she goes.
You're welcome, honey.
2 minutes to go. Let's go. Hurry, hurry, hurry. We just tipped over the 12-hour mark. We've officially been going through the same exact motions for 12 hours. And we are just about to 700 traps. So we've still got 22 minutes to go. It's starting to get kind of hard to see the buoys out front, but we're not turning the front lights on. We're going to stop when we can no longer see. It's getting kind of dark over here. Last call. It's the final countdown. All I can think about is a nice hot shower.
I can almost taste it.
Here comes 700 right here. We got 5 minutes left. Get it on the boat!
Get it in the boat!
Ah! Get in the boat. I want to go home, please. Will somebody just get it in the boat? Oh, there's one stupid soul out here with us. Hey! Ships ahoy! We gotta shine a light at him. Here comes the last one! There she is, right there.
Oh, that little darling.
We technically do still have 8 minutes on the clock, but we got to run a little ways to get to the next one, so we're going to call it the end right here. This officially marks the end of the work on the water, but some of the work's just getting started. Now we got to head in. We got about an hour ride back to land. We got to unload the lobsters off the boat. We got to load up bait onto the boat and get fuel onto the boat. There goes the last 5. That makes 700 right on the button. We got to finish the game that we've been playing all day and see who the official winner of the Bomba socks and the $700 prize is. All right, so we've officially, my mouth doesn't work, my brain doesn't work, my back, my legs, everything's tired. We've officially finished the day at 700 traps in a little over 12 hours, and we're gonna finish the game up here. We had 2 questions left. We had one planned at 700, one planned at 800. So we're gonna give you both questions right now. That gives you a chance to try to tie it up for a tiebreaker round. Tristan's currently in the lead, 6-4. The first question is, how many teeth does an adult have on average?
32.
All right, you go ahead.
32.
32, I believe that's correct too. I can't really remember, but I think that.
It is, because I had 16 hauled out on the top.
Okay, so Tristan also said 32, so they both won a point, so that actually clutches it for Tristan. He's the official winner of the Bomba socks and the $700. Cody, it was a good effort.
Yeah, I don't like money anyway.
That's right.
I did kind of want the socks, but whatever.
He'll probably give you the socks if he's.
Oh, they're pretty nice socks.
All right.
I will split the money with him though. This was a hell of a day. We were both back here working.
Split the money, all right.
Yeah,
So
split
what
it
is
down the middle.
600
I don't even like it.
600 each?
500 each, right? 7 and 3.
You actually
Yeah,
just said
something like that. I'm getting tired. Anyway, thank you for sticking around to the end of the video. We will see you in the next one where we're actually going to reveal the name for the golden lobster back at home. We don't have it quite yet, so keep leaving comments for the name of the golden lobster back at home. He's doing great. He's been rearranging the tank, digging all kinds of holes in the sand, hiding under the rocks. And also let me know how you did. Did you beat Tristan at 7 points? And also, we had one question left over, so I'll leave you with the last question. You guys can answer it in the comments. That'll give you a chance to beat Tristan. So the final question that didn't get asked is, what is the lowest prime? All right, we'll see you in the next one.